Yeah, hello everyone. Is my voice audible, guys? Okay. So in last session, we have created this products page, right? So navbar, anyways, we have copied from our home page and we created this part, categories part, and we have created this cards page. I mean, this cards UI using JavaScript. So this entire card we have created using JavaScript. And if you remember, I told that when we have this green color button that is add to cart, then I want to show my box shadow as a green color. And if I click on this button, then this button should be removed. And here, remove to cart or remove from cart button should be added. And it should be in the red color. And our box shadow color should change to red. Okay, so let me show you the output, what we want to do. So this is another page. See here, I am displaying lot of products now. So yesterday we just created one product like this. Now we have to create lot of cards based on our data. And if you see here, when uh, there is a button called add to cart on the cart, then the box shadow color is green. If I click on this button, now we are changing this button to remove from cart. And this box shadow color is also changing back to red. Again, if I click, again back to add to cart, again here green. Remove, add, remove, add. We can change this text also. So right now this text is in green color. So when we are showing here remove from cart button, I want this text color should be in the red color. When we are showing add to cart, I want this text color should be in the green color. We can do that part as well. And we have to create like this multiple carts. Okay. So let me explain you what we are going to do in today's session. So in today's session, we are going to learn first how to create UI based on data using JavaScript. How to create UI based on data using JavaScript. So if you remember, in last class, we have created this card. This is the card which we have created in the last class. So like this, now we want to create more cards based on our data. That is our requirement. So how to create UI like this based on the data using JavaScript. That is the first task we are going to do. Once this part is done, then we are going to learn second, how to toggle button from add to cart and add to cart to remove cart, remove from cart, and vice versa. So we want to implement that toggling feature. This is called toggling feature. So if I click on this button, I am getting remove cart. Again, if I am clicking, I am getting add to cart. This way or this technique we call as a toggle. So toggle, your switch is also toggle. You can on, off, like this. You can get remove from cart, again add to cart. This behavior we call as a toggle. So we are going to learn how to toggle button from add to cart to remove from cart and vice versa. Third, we are going to see how to add dynamic styles. Then fourth, we are going to learn about local storage concept. And if time permits, I will explain you about filtering feature. We will implement uh, filtering. Filtering feature we will implement. Filtering feature means now if I click on this electronics, then here I should get only electronic products. If I click on men's, I should get only men's product. If I click on women's, I should get only women's product. If I click on all, I should get all products. That is like your filtering feature. So we are going to see how to implement that filter in future. So this is the agenda of this class, this session. So first, let's understand how to create UI based on data. So if you want to create UI based on data, if you want to create like this UI, if you want to create UI based on data, then first we require the data. So what I'm doing, I have here data. So there are some products information with me. So lot of information is present. So every product information here I am describing in the form of object. So every product has image, every product has name, every product has category, every product has price, every product has description and rating. So like this, I am maintaining more than 40 products here. So this data I will give you. So what I will do, I will copy this. I will go to my VS Code and here I will create one file data.js or data.txt I will create. And in that I will maintain that data. So if you want to copy this data, you can copy. So I'm maintaining that data in one of the file. So based on this data, we want to create cards. So now what I will do, I will go to my products.js file. So this is our products.js file. Now in this file, before this function, I will create one array var products. Like this one array. And inside that array, I want to store all the products. So what I will do, I will just copy paste. So when I copy paste, now in our file, we have lot of products. Right now, we are not working with database. That is the reason in front end only we are maintaining the data. So all this data I am maintaining inside my file. Later on, what we will do, this data we will move to the local storage. Once you know local storage concept, then I will explain you how to implement that. So right now, we are keeping that entire data in our products.js file. Now, yesterday, if you remember, we have created this div. Like this div we have created. I will remove all these comments. We have created image. We have created h2. We have created paragraph. We have created button. And then all those elements we are adding in the div. And after that, we are getting the access of that products section. And in that product section, we are adding our card. So this is what we have done in the last class. Now what I want, same code I want to execute. The same code I want to execute for each and every product which is present inside my array. So this code, this entire code is creating single card. This entire code is creating single card for us. Single card is creating. Now what I want, like this, I want so many cards. It means whatever code we have written in last class, this code we have to execute multiple times based on our data. So in this array, if you have 10 products, then this code we have to execute 10 times. In this array, if you have 100 products, then this code we have to execute 100 times. Plus here, whatever data we have hard coded, like this URL, this content, this content. So all these values we have to make dynamic. So how we can do that? So for that, we are going to take the help of for each function in our JavaScript. What I will do, I will remove all this. I will remove all this from here. So now in this function, we don't have anything. Now inside this function, I will access this variable, which is having one array. So I will use that products. On this, I will call for each. And now we know that for each will take one argument, that is one callback function. And this callback function will take two parameters. Right now, I just need one parameter, so I'm just taking first parameter. So now what this for each will do, this for each will go to this products, nothing but it will come to this array. And in this array, we have so many elements. Every element is one object like this. So it will pick the first element. That is this entire object it will pick. And that entire object, it will keep inside this parameter. And once it is stored inside this parameter, then this callback function will be called. Here, whatever code you will write, all the code will execute. Once everything is executed, then again what this for each will do, again it will go to the products and it will pick the next object. Again that next object, it will copy in this parameter. Again it will call this callback function. Whatever code you will write, again that code will execute. Once second object is done, again for each will go to this products and it will pick the next object, that is third object. And that third object, again it will keep inside this parameter. Again this callback function will be called. Same process will be repeated till it covers all the elements inside this array. How many objects are there? For every object, it will do the same thing. So what we want, for every object, we want to execute the code which we have written in the last class. So that code I will paste inside this callback function. So inside this callback function, what we are doing, for every object, we are creating one div. For every object, we are creating one div. And to that div, we are adding here some class name. So what I will do, I will remove this. I will remove this one. I don't want box. Card I want anyways. So we are creating one div, we are creating one image, we are creating one h2, two paragraphs, and one button. And all those we are adding inside the div. And finally, this div, what we are doing, this div, we are adding inside our cards section. Cards section is nothing but this one. Not cards, we have given the class name as a products. So inside this products section, we are adding all that divs. So now what I will do, this code, this line, I don't want to execute for each and every callback function. So I will remove from here and I will add on the top so that we can get the reference only one time. And now here what I will do, now this product is one object, this object. So one product is this object. So this entire object will go and store inside this product. So from this object, we want to access this URL. This URL I want to access. So what I will do, simply this URL I will remove from here. And I will say here product.image. In the same way, here I don't want to hard code sofa. Instead of that, I will say product.name. Why name? Because in my object, I have here name. Then I have category, I have price, I have description, I have rating. So based on that key names, I will add here. Here we want price. So here we want that dollar symbol also. So I will take backticks. Here I will add dollar and then I will add dollar template string. And here I will pass product.price. And here we don't want this description. So here we want product.description. In the same way, that's it. Now let's go and check whether it works or not. Let's refresh. Now see, I got all the products. And what we want, this box shadow. This box shadow, we want green color. So what we are going to do now, we will go to the CSS part. We will go to that cards class or products class, whatever name we have given, card only we have given. Here, this box shadow, we are hard coding. So I will remove this. So now there will be no box shadow. No box shadow. Now I will add box shadow using JavaScript. So on this div, I will say div.style.box shadow should be 10 pixel green. Now you will see that here we got the green box shadow. But I don't want to display all these cards one after another. I want to display one beside another. So for that, what we are going to do, we will go to that HTML. This section we will select. So this section class name is products. We will select this products. Dot products we will select. And we will say display flex. We will decrease little bit width. I will make it 1200 pixel. And here margin, let me add 30 pixel auto, I will say. And display flex. Flex wrap, I will say wrap. Justify content, I will say align. Not align, space evenly. Let's see how it looks. If I refresh, I got like this. Now see, for this product, this is the description. So all the descriptions are unique now. So modern, comfortable, spacious dining table. So like this, if I scroll down, there is one issue here you see. The issue is with our data, okay, not with our code. Now if I scroll down here, see, for this product, description is so much. Now due to that, it is going outside our card. And if you see, this title also looks very big. This title also looks very big. And for this product, see, title is very small. So what we want to do, we want to keep this title uniform. So we will not display entire content. We will display only few characters. So like this, M is one character, E is one character, N is one character, S is one character, space will be considered one character. So like this, I don't want to display all the characters. I want to display only first 21 characters. So how we can make sure that only first 21 characters will be displayed? For that, let's go to our JS file. Let's go to our heading. This is the place where we are displaying name. So after product.name, you can add here dot slice. You can use a function called slice. How many characters you want to display? So I want to start from first character, that is 0, and I want to display only first 21 characters. So I'm saying 0 to 21. So from index number 0 till index number 21, it will extract the characters and it will display. Same thing I will do for description also. So I don't want to display entire description. Here also I will say dot slice 0, 100 I will say. So from 0 to 100 characters I want to display. So if I go back here and if I refresh, now you will see that all the products characters will be same. All will be in the one line now. And description is also properly displayed. So all the cards are looking good now. So what I have done, just I have used here slice function. So many things you are learning. If you can do this project by your own with understanding here, if you are able to understand each and every point, each and every line, what I am writing, why I am writing, then 100% your knowledge will be a lot. This knowledge you can use anywhere in your development in future. 100% it is going to help. So you have to understand why I am using slice. If I don't use slice, what is the problem? If I don't use slice, the problem is my titles are, for some products, titles are very small. For this product, title is very small. Okay, it is looking good. But for some product, title is very big. So if I scroll down, yeah, for this title looks very big. Again, if I scroll down, for this title looks very big. So I don't want this inconsistency of titles. So I just want to extract only few characters. So in Samsung, yes, will be considered as a first character and this character index number is 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this till 21. Whatever characters will come, only that many characters I want to extract. That is what I am doing here. Now if I go back and if I refresh, everything will be added here properly. Now for this card also, I will do little changes in CSS. I will go to that card file. This is our card CSS. So for this card, what I will do, I will remove the height. I don't want to maintain height. Instead of height, I will use padding. I will say 10 pixel from top bottom and 20 pixel from left to right. Let's see how it looks. So it looks something like this. Maybe I can increase a little bit more for bottom. So I will use here 30 pixel. Let's try. From bottom, 30 pixel I want. So some space will be generated. The space is generated. Now it looks a little bit consistent. So here we are able to add. On this image, whenever I hover, I want to zoom it. Or maybe if I keep my cursor on this card, I want to little bit zoom it. So for that, what we can do, we can say that on this card, whenever I hover on this card, then I want to transform this card. How you want to transform? I just want to increase its size. I just want to zoom it. How much? Maybe 1.5. So if I go back here and if I refresh like this, now 1.5 looks very big. See, very big. So let's reduce it. Maybe I can say 1.2. 1.2 also looks very big. So maybe 1.1. Yeah, this much. But it is very fast. I want to give a little bit slow effect. So for this, we can use transition. So transition, we want to apply on transform property. And for 4 point, or here we can add how much seconds? Maybe 2 seconds. And delay, I want to start after 1 second. Let's try whether it works or not. See, after 1 second, it is starting. It won't start fast. So maybe I don't want 1 second. I just want 0.5. And it should be eSIM. Like this. So it's coming very slow. Maybe we can go with linear. So if you know CSS, you can create a lot of animations, guys, like this. We are able to add. So it is taking a lot of time here. Maybe I will give 1 second only. Like this. So we can add whatever effects we want to add. So here we are able to implement this part. Now what we want to do, if you click on this button, I want to do changes. And one more thing, I don't want to uh, like increase the size of the card. I just want to add on image. So instead of card, can we try on image? So I will try on image. And here, this property, I want to add on image. So I will remove from here. I will say in my card, whatever image is there, on that image, I want to apply this property. Like this, only image will increase. So let me increase a little bit more. 1.3, let's try for image. Like this. Only image we are able to get. You can keep 1.2 also. So you can like this experiment on the values. Whichever value is more suitable to you, you can keep on that values. Like this. Okay. And whenever I am hovering, maybe can I make margin bottom 20 pixel if I not 20, 10 pixel. Let me try. So I just don't want it should overlap my title. So my title will move little bit down. See, title is moving down the moment I hover. Like this. Now, if I click on this button, I want to change this button to remove from cart. It's very simple. If I click on this button means we want to do some action whenever we click on this button. So for this, what we will do, we will go to JS. We will go to that button. This is our button. So on this button, whenever on click event will trigger. Whenever click event triggers, we want to assign one function. So I am saying that on this button, whenever user will click on this button, you call this function. Just for testing purpose, I will add here alert function. I will say working. Let's see whether this function gets called on click of this button or not. Now, if I click on this button, see, I got alert. If I click on this button, I got alert. If I click on this button, I got alert. So now what I want to do, whenever I click on that button, first I will check what is the current content present on that button. Whenever this function is called or whenever user will click on this button, first I will check what is the current content present on this button. So current content is add to cart. So I will remove this hyphen. I will just add space. So I will write one condition. If my button text on my button, if inner text is equals to add to cart. So if add to cart is the text present on my button, then you change that button text. You change that button text to remove from cart. Else, if button text is not add to cart, then you change that button text to add to cart. So whenever user will click on this button, first you check what is the current text present on the button. If current text is add to cart, then change it to remove from cart. If it is something else, if add to cart is not present on the button, some other content is present. If some other content is present, then change back that button text to add to cart. See here. So right now on the button, the text is add to cart. If I click on this button, now this text should change to remove from cart. Again, if I click, now the button text is remove from cart. Again, if I click, now it will change to add to cart. Not only text, we want to change style also. So to change style, I will do one thing. What I will do, I will go to my CSS. I will go to my button. See here, I am hard coding background color green. I will remove this background color. I will create here two classes. I will say green button and I will say here red button. In green button, I will keep background color green. In red button, I will change background color to red. So if you observe here what I have done, from this button, I removed that background color property. I am creating two new classes, green button, red button. Now what I want, whenever my button is creating first time, okay, whenever my button creates first time, on this button, I want to add one class attribute. And that is green button. So whenever my button is creating first time, so I am adding one class called green button. So if I go back here and if I refresh, let's see whether we will get green button or not. Yes, we got green button. Suppose if I add here red button. And now whenever my card creates, by default, it should come red color. Let's try. See, we got red color. So what we want, first time, it should come green color. So I'm adding a class, green button class I'm adding. Whenever green button class is added, button background color will be created. Now, whenever user will click on this button, we are checking what is the text on the button. If it is add to cart, we are changing the text to remove from cart. And once we change the button text to remove from cart, we will remove this class. How to remove this class? Button dot class list dot remove. What we want to remove? This green button class we want to remove. And then we want to add here button dot class list dot add. We want to add here red button. So whenever we are changing the button text to remove from cart, we are removing the class called green button, adding the class called red button. And in the same way, whenever we are going to change button inner text to add to cart, then I want to remove red button, nothing but red button class, and I want to add green button. Very simple. Starting, whenever first time our page is loading, to that button, we are adding a class called green button. Whenever we click on the button, if it is on the button, if the text is add to cart, then we are removing that green button class, adding the red button. If on the button remove from cart is the text, then we are removing the red button, adding the green button. So let's try here, refresh. Now click on this, remove from cart, add cart. So let's see, inspect and let's check. So I will go to the section and here on the first product, I will just check my button. See, on my button, a class is called green button is added. So here if you observe, on my button, green. Here if you see, on my button, class green button is added. The moment I click on this, now see, on the same button, red button is added. Now again, if I click, again we got here green. Again, if I click, I got here red. So now if you click on this, red, 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 if you click on this, red. Not only button background color, we want to change this text color also and this box shadow color also. We want to change. So what we are going to do here, see. So whenever on this button, whenever on this button, user is going to click, if the text on the button is add to cart, then my H2 color. So what we have taken here, reference name H2 only. So my H2 dot style dot color should be red. And in the same way, whenever this button is clicked and if the content is not add to cart, then it should change to gray. Let's try H2 color is going to change or not. Let me refresh. Now click on this. We got sofa. I will click on this. We got bed frame. And what we want, this box shadow also. Box shadow is nothing but we applied on the div. So on the div, we applied box shadow. So I can go back here. Here I want to keep green only, but here it should change to red. That's it. So if I refresh, now see. Again, if I click, back green. Again, here if I click on sofa, back to green. So this is what we have done. So what we have done, we have seen how to create UI based on data. This part we implemented. Then we have seen how to toggle button from add to cart to remove from cart and from remove to add. This also we done. Then we have seen how to add dynamic styles. That part also we have done. Now next one is we have to understand local storage. Okay. So what I will do, guys, I will stop the session here. This local storage part, this part I will explain by creating one video, or in tomorrow's class I will explain. In tomorrow's class, what we will do, I will explain this part, I will explain this part. So now why I am stopping here means, now when I create video for 1 hour, people are not watching much. They are just watching 20-30 minutes, they are stopping. So when we upload videos on YouTube, now people don't have that much patience. So when they see that video is of 1 hour, they are not watching that video. So to keep it little bit short, what I'm going to do now, I will just stop our session here, and in tomorrow's session, so tomorrow is Sunday, right? So tomorrow we will see how to implement, like what is local storage concept. We will see how to implement filtering feature, and then we will implement add to cart feature. Sorry, carts page we will develop. So if I click on this cart, then I want to land on my carts page. There I want to show all the products which I have added in the cart. So if you want to implement that carts feature, we should know this local storage concept. And to implement this filtering also, we should know local storage concept. So local storage concept I can explain in 10-15 minutes. Then filtering feature I will explain in 10-15 minutes. Cards feature in 10-15 minutes. So within 45 minutes, we can close our workshop. Yeah, so that's all guys. Remaining things we will discuss in tomorrow's session.